Hello, welcome back for another Shoutcast. This time I'm doing a Shoutcast of a relatively new map by Toe. It's a very, very large is an understatement. It's an extremely large map, as large as they can get, and in addition, most of the map is actually passable, with only a small border around the outer edge that you can't use. So there's no giant lakes you can't walk on and whatnot. So I'm sure this map took Toe many hours to make. In fact, it might even be measured in the hundreds. Who knows how long it took for him to make this. And since there's so much lava, I mean, it really, I'm not sure, and people who aren't map makers can understand just how long and how much effort it takes to make a map like this. So it's really a shame that the map hasn't got as much playtime as I think the effort deserves. Now, playability of the map, maybe the largeness of it can cause camping, and that's what I'm assuming happens. But either way, I'm hoping that this video maybe could promote some more games here on this map. I have not actually watched this replay yet. I just pulled it out of someone's replay folder on Nice Merchant's TeamSpeak. So I do not know who wins, and I don't even know who's playing except for I know Bludmaster is because it was in his replay folder. And I don't know what teams are, or even how teams work on this map. Here we go, we can see they're kind of playing top right versus bottom left kind of thing. Anyway, hopefully we have an exciting game here. I'm considering using a movie editor and hiding the timer, just so this can be as exciting as possible. But anyway, we'll go through and introduce players. Here we have on location top left. I do not know the locations, but I'm assuming this is location 1, just because it seems like... Or, excuse me, I seem to remember this being location 1. But I won't say location numbers, I'll just say, look, you know, you'll get what I mean. Anyway, we have Bludmaster playing on the top left here. On a location that's, like all the others, is incredibly large. And his location gets all the locations have a starting bonus, if I remember correctly. Here, let me look down here. Yes, all locations get a starting bonus. I don't know what his was, regrettably. Too bad we can't go back and check now. I'm actually tempted. You know what I'll do? I'll put in the description what each location started with, so you can check down there and see what bonuses he had. It might have been logs actually, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see. But either way, you can see iron is very close for here, so you can get iron production really fast. But the coal is longer distance away. If I were him, I would have put my farms up this road just so I wouldn't have had to make this here. It would have saved them a lot of time, and I'm actually really surprised he didn't do that, as Bludmaster is really good about building things on the way to resources. But maybe he really wanted to keep his city as efficient as possible. And by efficient here, I mean long game efficient, so his city is aligned how he wants it. You put your buildings in an organized way, your city will be more productive in the long run because, like, for example, you have your swine farms next to your farms. But this can obviously, like I said, it's taken him a lot of time to build this extra road right here. If he would have put his farms up on this road on the way to his gold, sure, it would have made his city less efficient, but he would have had this road right here he wouldn't have had to make. So he'd have his gold production started a bit earlier, he'd have his iron production already going, etc, etc. Okay, we'll go over to Madgamer now, because I'm already talking too much. I'm going to slow the game down, actually. Maybe even the ×3 if I can't keep up with the people building. But we have Madgamer over here on this location. Looks like he's doing really good with his leather. Already getting a 5th farm going, so he'll have at least 50 leather, maybe even 60. And it looks like iron he hasn't even started yet, so he's going mostly on leather. I'm predicting about maybe 40 to 50 bowmen, about 10 to 15 axe fighters, and 20 sword fighters on this location. Maybe he'll go for some knights, we'll yet to see. I don't think so, just because he's building another farm and still no stable, but another swine farm is really the big thing. Many woodcutters up in the north. I like the way, to a degree I like the way his wood is. Maybe they won't have a lot of room to work if he puts sawmills here. I'm not sure where he's going to put his sawmills, actually. Oh, they're over here. So, overall, it's pretty nice. If you can have all your woodcutters in the same area, it's generally more efficient if you can have all your sawmills and weapons workshops next to them as well, but if you're putting your sawmills away from your woodcutters, which generally is actually a good idea in most situations, it actually doesn't make a big difference. And why it's good to put your sawmills away from your woodcutters? Well, I really like how Madgamer has this, actually. The sawmills are kind of in the center of his base, but it can even be better if you put your sawmill in an area that you're starting to urbanize. So say he puts a sawmill down here. He'll actually have wood closer to the buildings that he's constructing. So he'll bring one log down, and then he'll have 2 timber already ready to go to buildings that he needs to construct. So putting your sawmills in the center of your city or in areas where you're building can increase the rate at which you build your buildings. Same theory goes to quarries, especially quarries, but unfortunately your quarries are restricted to areas that are areas where you have stone. And Madgamer has a very fortunate location, as his stone is right in the center of your base. Any location that has the stone in the center, you can easily build a huge base, and you might even need an extra stone basin just because you can build so much more and so much faster. And I do like how he has 5 quarries. I think it's really needed on this location. In fact, even 6 maybe, just because these locations are so large. 25 builders this early on, also really good. On a location as large as this, and any map that has a large location, go for gold a little earlier, so you can maybe make your second school a little earlier, so you can get extra builders and extra serfs, because you'll need them. Okay, and this is Koczis, I'm assuming. Yep, Koczis playing on the top right location, and he is going for some knights. Looks like already has his army workshop up. Nice time for that. Although maybe it's not needed, just because he is going for knights. So you can already see this isn't doing anything. So I don't know how much it's needed. He probably won't need a second army workshop at all, actually. I mean, unless he's making axe fighters. He could probably get away with one for a very long time. Maybe even at 55 minutes he can make a second one. Just because he's not going to get enough leather to really swamp this guy, I think. Alright. And, well, maybe we can figure out... No, we can't figure out most of their bonuses. Koczis, though, he does have a flour here, which is kind of a bummer. That being a bonus, it's really annoying. Because you have to build a mill just so you can make a bakery. If this location had a bakery pre-unlocked, then it could be interesting. But see, he's kind of forced to build a mill now, so I suspect that almost every game that you see a good player playing on this location, you can almost for sure expect knights, because you need to build a bakery anyway if you're making knights, almost always. Or abuse fish, and since this location isn't fish abusable, because there's no fish on it, in fact there's no fish on this map, you'll have to build a bakery anyway. And since you have to do that, and since you start with flour, it's a good combination. They work well together. So expect knights from this location anytime you're playing on this map. Koczis needs to get his swine farm up pretty quickly here, as he has an overload of corn. He's got lazy serfs. I really think he should unblock corn just for a little bit, because what that can do is enable quicker corn to these buildings later on. Overall, it'll just be nice, I think. It's not a huge deal, but I think it'd be better than not. But now here it is. That swine farm's done. And not a big deal anyway. Anyway, we'll go down. This is RG. Yes, it is. These players are playing loyal to their colors. That's always nice. Four sawmills, so I'm guessing he's got 30 builders. Oh, that's Koczis. 27. Koczis has 30, but not RG. Looks like he's playing pretty slow. Actually, no, he does have his weaponsmith, yeah. And he does have 5 farms. Excuse me, 6 farms, right? Yeah, 6 farms. So actually, it doesn't look like he's doing too bad at all. I'm really surprised he's able to use all this timber. I'm wondering if 2 sawmills just recently got done together, because 4 sawmills running without any weapon production going and only 27 builders it's more than you need for sure. I'm assuming some just got done, or I'm mistaken, I suppose, because that's a lot of timber output. Is he making shields? No, he's not. Okay. Well, one way or another. Okay, we'll continue going and go down to here is Bullet. No, Bullet. I don't even know if he was playing. This game was playing on TeamSpeak. But this is David, a player I don't know very well, but he is skilled, and he is in the Russian army clan. But we all know that doesn't mean at all that you are Russian. He is from Hungary, actually. So we got a Magyar here playing on location bottom right, and he has nothing special, I suppose. You know, he's got 5 farms normal, 3 pig farms, so just a very, very, very normal base. He's got, well, probably 8 woodcutters, yeah, 5 stone masons. So very standard build here, although he is building a 4th iron smelter. And he's actually building it, it's not just the plans. How many iron mines does he have? Only 3. I think it's a mistake. Maybe he had extra. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, he's building a 4th one. My bad. Okay. Okay, I think you should build your 4th iron. You definitely should build your 4th, especially when it comes to 4 of them. It becomes more and more important as you go on to get your iron mine before your iron smelter. Your second iron smelter can be done more or less the same time as your 2nd iron mine. It's not a huge deal, but by the time your 3rd, it becomes more important. By the time it's your 4th, it's huge. And the reason is because the little bit of time, extra time it takes to gather iron, as opposed to making iron bars, iron bars. Age of Empires reference for the win. Anyway, the iron bars are made faster, so you know that's a cumulative effect. Extra 2 seconds faster, extra 4 seconds faster, etc., etc., you know, something like that. Not exact values, just examples. But anyway, that effect accumulates the more iron smelters you have. So he really should have had this iron mine up a little earlier. I mean, his iron production is not going to suffer because of it, but it's a waste of time. This iron smelter is not needed at the moment. But anyway, he does have 4 iron smelters and 2 weapons smithies. So what he did is he did a Bludmaster style weapon making, which is becoming more and more popular, so it's kind of hard to say blood style because everyone's doing it like this. Maybe I can call it Czech style because all the Czechs do it that way. But anyway, so he'll have maybe even 40 sword fighters. Tough to say, really tough to say actually. He'll have 40 sword fighters shortly after peacetime just because it was so late. But either way, it's pretty nice. And he even will have a couple of knights because of that bonus. We'll go down here to Pizza. Yes, Pizzaisgood. He is playing on location bottom middle. And he's going for knights, bowmen, and sword fighters. And of course the lance commander that Pizza always has. He also in Czech style. We'll call it Czech style at least just for this game. Czech style armor and weapons rather. And I think it's not a bad idea at all actually on these locations just because they have so many iron mines. Although you can see his iron is much later than David's. How is he comparing in weapons? Okay, Pizza's looks like he's having a bad game right now. Maybe he'll pop later on and do better, but looks like whatever strategy you used, anytime you see 2 bakeries this early on, maybe it's and this few horses, maybe it's not working, whatever it is, but looks like he's got a tricky location just because he has to build around this gold mountain. Whereas you look at David and he's got stone not in the center of his base, but neither does Pizza. I mean, this location just looks so much nicer. The coal is right where really kind of where you want it. Over here, coal is in 2 different spots. Your coal in one centered location is just wonderful if you can get it like that. But I mean, overall, this location is much inferior. So don't take credit away from Pizza just because you see these resources in here. In fact, I'd say this location is not nice at all, actually. Iron is kind of far away. Maybe it had a lot of starting trees, but that isn't a huge bonus in my opinion. Even if with a few starting trees, you can still have nice wood production. Gold is kind of far. You have to build around this mountain. Probably best to go for gold down here first, and then swing over to iron. I don't know why he went over right here for gold. And he is also starving, so let's move over. Pizza's having a bad game. This is Toe, unsurprisingly, and he is playing on bottom left. And he does not have a very wonderful army either. Not sure what strategy he was using. Gold, just the tree trunks. That's kind of funny. Nothing that was kind of normal at all, for sure. Excuse me. Belch right there. And this location is just enormous. I mean, enormous. Look how far away the iron is. Excuse me. One iron mine down here, but the rest up there. I think he has only one. No, 2 iron mines. Okay, I didn't see this one. But still, only 2 iron mines, and compare that to like 4 from David. It's tricky, and he is starving as well. I wonder what his bonus was. I think it was skins. Yeah, probably 5 skins is what it was, because he's got a lot of skins right now, and only 3 swine farms. So. Alright, we'll go up to Romek here, I'm assuming. Yes, Romek playing location middle left. And, ooh, nice job, Romek. Some pikes, some lance, some axe fighter, a little bit of bowmen by the time you train these units. Extra bows. You could probably trade a couple of some bows for some extra horses, but many knights as well. So, Romek did a pretty nice job. I wonder what his bonus was. Obviously, you know, because you can see it in the description, but, yeah, I wonder what it was, because this is actually pretty nice. Especially because I'm assuming this is the first time most of these players were playing on this map. And we also see lots of grapes. Funny. Normally you want to build the road before you block it off like this, but he does have an alternate path, and it's just his tree trunks. So it's not that big a deal. This tower here is not really in a very nice spot. Probably should have built it a couple of tiles over maybe, because it's not blocking this, but maybe he doesn't really care. Soldiers getting over here, it's... I don't know. It's not really that big a deal. Oh, shoot. What in the world? Are you kidding me? I want to start over now. Just because I missed what their starting soldiers are, and I don't really want to put that in the description. That is a frickin' bummer. Oh my gosh. Oh well. Who cares? Starting peacetime army is not that big a deal. We'll just go through this, and you saw a lot of what the bottom players had, and you'll be able to see their armies in the army graph, so oh well, we won't walk through their peacetime armies. These are all skilled players, so you know they what they're capable of, and holy crap, there it is. Massive leather from Madgamer, which is kind of becoming a norm for him. But anyway, you know these players are really capable, and if they did bad, then it's just showing a screw up, and etc. etc. So. Shoot, I'm missing something. Okay, it's just a night scout. Slow the speed down just because there's so much going on. I'm tempted to just show the visibility of one side. Leave a comment below, or let me know if you want me to do more games with just the point of view of one player or one team. It would be a lot easier on a big map like this, and I'm really tempted to do it. But I don't really want to, just because I did show the bot. I'll do it next time I do it on this map, if I do another Shoutcast on this map. But now that you already know how the bottom did, and what they did, and how they did, etc., it seems kind of moot. It's unfortunate anytime you have a map where the locations are kind of spaced out like this. It becomes, you know, they're all kind of bundled together and nested together safely. Anytime you have something like that, it becomes not so important for map control, and unfortunately most 8-player maps are like that. You really get a lot of this just holding a front. which is why Richland is such a marvelous map, because you do have one teammate that's by himself. In the end, it'll become a war of attrition, 3 versus 4. After killing the lone player, the bigger team just needs the camp, and they'll eventually win. So it's really important. So in the end, what that causes is a game that's not campy, because you can't lose your weak player. So players are inclined to be more aggressive in situations like that. All we see here is players shooting and going back. Never a fun thing to watch, and it's not even fun to do, in my opinion. Not sure why he switched these. I feel like I'd want my hungry ones in the front. Bludmaster doing probably what he should have done a while ago. Scouting his enemy. Dude, why are you going this way? I don't get it. Wonder why he did that. It would be interesting if you send a big group of militia down. Do they even have this explored? Yes, they do. Oh, he does have the towers there anyway, though. So. Ooh, what do I see here? Really didn't think that would happen. Wow. The sneak attack. And they still haven't noticed. Wow, that's nice. And especially once Pizza gets his knights up through here. Although RG is noticing with his knights, so. But this ranged here, even in a knights fighting in cities will have a hard time if they're fighting against ranged. And ooh, a 2-on-1, something you want to avoid when you're fighting in cities. But Bludmaster's here with his knights, and it's really risky now for Pizza to have all of his forces here. What he should do is flank. Really, at this point, I feel like he should flank. But I guess they're deciding to just go and attack and do as much damage to the city as possible. And, oh, he is doing a little bit of flanking right here. David needs to get down here and help Pizza out if it's going to make a difference. But again, here's Pizza where he needs to be. Madgamer bringing some knights into the action. That's important. That'll help. Although David doing a nice job distracting them. But still, they've all lost. There are armies there, and RG didn't actually take that much damage. So I feel like that up here was... I feel like they should have invested less than that and focus more down here, because you can see now they're just going to get completely streamrolled at the bottom, even though they initially won. And David shouldn't even move his range back. There's no point. I have no idea why he would. Because now, well, I guess they're not paying attention, but Bludmaster can just kill the rest of them anyway, so there was no point. Maybe he would have gotten an extra kill if he didn't, but oh well, it doesn't make a huge difference. This is right here is why horses are so nice, and oh, looks like he's given up. So yeah, he did the right thing in the end. But this is why horses are so nice, because you can really kill a routing army much easier if you have those horses, because they're so much faster than melee. So one of the many reasons why having just a few horses. An army with a couple horses is much more powerful than an army with no horses. Goes without saying, but it's important to observe and acknowledge. RG is the only one with any damage to his economy, which will suffer his amount of troops he can train, but David lost a lot in that attack, and this is his army right here, so in the end, not so effective. A fight here. Bludmaster doing some flanking. He'll clean up a lot of these swords, probably. No, he won't do a whole lot there. But up here, Pizza's militia here are just gonna get clean, and he'll lose most of his range. These pikes really right where they need to be. Looks like the top is losing every battle. Now we see here Bludmaster and Madgamer really looking like they're going to win over here too, as well as Koczis and a little bit of Madgamer winning on this side. The two players you do see not doing anything are RG and David. They're kind of just spectating at this point. Toe has some knights, but they're just going to get torn to pieces. They can't do anything against this many ranged units. I mean, Madgamer is wisely not even being afraid of it. Looks like the top won, but they're not going to be able to push without any sword fighters. I mean, they have some pikemen, many pikemen, but and many ranged, but I feel like they're not going to be able to do a whole lot until they get some more melee. And yeah, you see it. They're not attacking quite yet. RG still looking like he's hurting a bit. I feel like he should trade some. No, maybe not. Maybe not needed. I would trade 10 axes for 10 gold chests, which would enable him to keep his, oh, he does have 3 gold smelters still, so yeah, he's making coal mines. But still, I mean, these axes aren't doing anything at the moment, but it's not like he has a ton of leather armor to use and whatnot. So I think he's handling it fine. David. Oh, he didn't have his economy damage, my bad. But really, it's important for him to use these extra soldiers to keep pressure on RG, I think. And actually, since this map is so large, this distance from here to here is actually enough where if David can use his economic advantage over RG, should be able to put some pressure on. In fact, David probably should have attacked a little while ago. He's trying to use this sneak attack again. He probably really enjoyed that. I think at this point it's kind of pointless. Maybe not pointless, but... Ooh, but they don't have this explored. So actually, it can still be nice. And with way fewer knights on the field, it's attacks on RG here are going to be more effective. Koczis doing the right thing though when he sees this pressure here, and reinforcing David retreating his quote-unquote sneak attack. Obviously the top is winning, but still way too early to call. As if they were to attack, it's very possible they could lose. Even though Madgamer looking like he has a massive amount of bows. I mean, he really has a very big army. And Bludmaster has many knights. Whereas Toe, I mean, some militia, a little bit of bowman. Pizza, not a whole lot going on. Romek, nice army, but nothing special. See an attack down here, very nicely done by RG and Koczis, eliminating David's army once again. So another victory for the top. Looks like they're just winning every battle they engage in. It's a really good feeling when you're winning every battle like that. economy is doing. The entire top, maybe except for RG, doing very nice on their gold. I mean, anytime you have extra recruits in the barracks, it's really nice that you don't need to worry about gold production. Bottom, also doing nice on gold. Toe has quite a few horses. He could actually train quite a few soldiers, and he really should. Pizza doing pretty poorly on gold. Probably could trade for some gold chests. He's got many swords. Probably has one that's turned off. Both of those turned off is what he should do, actually. David, training everything he can. David being besieged heavily and losing recruits, never a good idea, especially when you don't have extra ones in your barracks. So you either need to stop making recruits, delete a barracks, or relieve pressure. If you can't do any of that, then you can be in you're going to be wasting a lot of gold. Sometimes you can afford it, but usually it's better just to delete a tower, as it's probably not going to end up doing you any good anyway. Maybe in the long run, but obviously, during a siege, when you can't get the recruit into the tower, it's not going to do you any good for that particular invasion. Toe making militia, when he could be making bows, pikes, knights, axe fighters. Strange. Probably trying to save leather and iron armors for scouts, maybe, who knows. Ooh, Koczis losing and getting caught out. But he does have reinforcements right here, so not a huge deal, although it didn't really end up helping him that much in the first place, but winning yet again, yet another battle. And Madgamer being really aggressive. Just walking into that tower. And looks like Romek's having a lot of pressure on him as well. I'll try to keep an eye on the mini-map as I look over here. David is lost in the totally Boris style of towers, though. It's actually a really nice one. Well, I don't know, it's not protecting his barracks that much. The entrance, yes, but not the back, so. This tower here, kind of pointless, really. Anytime you have towers behind your barracks, it's really not going to end up doing you that good, because all the enemy needs to do is destroy your barracks, and you're not a threat anymore, so. At least for the foreseeable future, so. Building towers behind your barracks is kind of silly. Wasteful. Maybe not silly, it's wasteful. For the most part. Again, every different situations call for different things. So. Pizza also being very aggressive. It looks like Bludmaster was pushed back. I missed it. I told you I was going to pay attention, but looks like I missed it anyway. And David holding on for the time being. I'm surprised that these guys aren't pushing. I wonder what they see. I see a lot. I don't know why they're not attacking. Maybe they feel like there's that right here, this army here is probably enough to scare them off. And they are lacking melee, so it's appropriate. And yet more soldiers come. They're really doing better than I thought when they were holding this attack off. Although Madgamer is keeping forces up here, away from the fight. Probably really doesn't want to get sandwiched and crushed in here. I think the last thing he wants is to lose this entire army, though. Koczis probably should catch this militia. Oh. There's not a whole lot of range to flank there, but one way or another. The soldiers are still doing a good job. And Bludmaster with horses. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. So sad. Yet another loss for the bottom. I'm looking forward to seeing these stats fully. Speed it up a little bit. There's still nothing going on the left on the left side. Double word usage there. And I think we're finally going to see David's barracks go down. Yes, we do. And yet more soldiers streaming from the north. Not north. I don't even know what accent that was. So yeah, David is out of the game, and he's getting his village massacred too. Surf count going down rapidly. Looking on the mini-map, seeing even more soldiers coming down. This will be a big battle. Strange, so late in the game with still so many units. That's usually a sign of a campy game, which is actually never that interesting. Oh, and there it is, end of the game. So I guess after David lost, they knew they were going to lose the game, and they were probably pretty irritated at that point. Just the game just wasn't giving them any luck, and they were losing every fight. So let's look at the stats. See, Koczis looks like he had some nice stats, and Romek, nothing actually too special there. I'm assuming Romek and Bludmaster both have few soldiers lost to how much they equipped, just because there wasn't a whole lot of fighting on their end. Let's see, Madgamer, even though he made a lot of pikemen, still defeating way more than he lost. Oh, maybe not way more, only about 50 more, but still. David, you can see just David and Pizza being one of the best microers in the game, really good with army management, still losing many soldiers to how many defeated, so these guys were just losing every fight. Also Toe, many soldiers lost. But anyway, look at the resource count, who was making horses, and etc, whatnot. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.